This is music, and this is a melodramatic first impressions video. Welcome to another first impressions video. In these videos, I share with you my first impressions of the many blind buys I've picked up lately. I have a handful of CDs to talk about, starting out with this one here, Medusa, and it's called Upon the World. Now, I thought this was going to be some kind of thrash metal, but it's more like power metal with a little bit of thrash, but not a whole lot, with some progressive elements. There's more of that, I think, than the thrashy stuff. Uh, Pretty cool vocals, more rocky vocals, I think. But on the whole, I think this is a very interesting album. I quite enjoyed it. I need to give it some more spins to really let it kind of marinate or whatever. But on the whole, this is very interesting, progressive power metal in a way, with some hard rock, some heavy metal, some modern metal as well. Good stuff, interesting stuff for sure, but it hasn't clicked yet. Up next, we have this one here, Mecha Scavenger, and this one is called As Dystopia Beckons. This is quite interesting. It's, for the most part, it's death metal. Um, And you've got a bunch of different vocalists singing on here, including Cam Lee and David Ingram, among others. Uh, it's characterized as death thrash very often, but to my ears, it's more like industrial death metal in a way. What's interesting is that some of the songs are more like gothic rock, not gothic metal, but more in the vein of gothic rock, like your darker new wave rock from the early 80s and stuff. For example, The Last Day Has Passed is, that sort of stuff. Um, and the very last one, Dystopia Beckons, is it's kind of like a soundscapey thing, but for the most part, it's kind of death metal with industrial elements, like some electronic drum beats here and there, and it's quite interesting. I gotta admit, I don't quite know what to make of it, but I think it's interesting. Uh, this kind of mix of genres, and I do really like the kind of gothic rock vibe that they throw into some of the songs. So it's definitely interesting, worth picking out if you like your industrial metal, if you like death metal and you don't mind a little bit of industrial. Up next, we have this one here, Warrior by Melia Rage. Uh, Band that for some reason I didn't really follow, although I really liked their first couple of albums, and then for some reason I just didn't follow them. And I kind of I've tried to mm, make amends, as it were. I tried to repair that, and I've picked up a bunch of their recent stuff, and it's really good. And this applies to this one too. It's kind of modern thrash metal with a good dose of heavy metal, a lot of melody in this one too, and also like traditional thrash. It's kind of like a mix of the two. Really good stuff, really enjoyable. It's definitely worth checking out if you also kind of dropped off after Fight to Survive, Kill to Survive, I think it's called even, for some reason. Excellent stuff. I'm really glad I've started to follow or to explore their discography. Really good stuff. Up next, we have this one here, Silent Storm by Melodrama. This is an interesting mix of kind of frontiers style melodic hard rock, even a little bit of AOR, and power metal. It works for the most part. there are some songs that are a little bit lackluster, but you also have some pretty good songs on here. Like Welcome to Eternity is really good, and the song that's called Melodrama is actually pretty damn awesome. Um, yeah, very good stuff. Good guitar work, uh, interesting vocals. It's just that there's like something missing in some of the songs. I don't know if it's maybe some synths for some reason. Don't know. But you have some other songs that are really, really good. So this one is definitely worth checking out if you come across a second-hand copy that's not too expensive. And up last, we have this one here, the Hours That Remain by Mercenary. A very 2000s sounding modern metal, or I guess modern metal for that era. So you have that quite heavy guitar tone. You've got your melodic death metal influences. You have some melodic metalcore influences, and just that yeah modern metal sound with some quite cool vocals in places, kind of like power metal-esque vocals, but also some almost post-grungy vocals in places too. You also have some harsh vocals in the form of screams, uh, and overall, it's kind of wrapped in a 2000s progressive metal packaging or whatever. So it's that kind of sound that was all the rage back in the 2000s, but it's kind of maligned nowadays. People look down their noses at it. I quite like this. I think it's pretty solid. Definitely, if you like your progressive metal, if you like your 2000s metal, pick this one out. I do like it. It's very melodic. It's very heavy, and it's quite progressive. What's not to like about it? So there you go. A handful of albums. I like them all. They all have their merits. Some I like more than others, but as usual, check them out on your own. See if you like him. For now, thanks for watching.